speaking of love, there's a chapter in the book called Love Happens. And when I was writing the book, I thought I'd do a traditional chapter on love. I'd probably use C.S. Lewis and the four loves, the Greek words for love. There are four of them. There may be five. Talk about what love is and how you define it and how you make it happen in your life. But the more I started searching Scripture, there's no definition of love. It's just not there. You say, well, what about 1 Corinthians 13? That's not a definition, that's a description. And so I started thinking about Paul Stevens, the Supreme Court justice, who was asked about pornography. He said, I can't define it, but I know it when I see it. And I got to thinking about love. I really can't define it. I don't know what it is. I've written books on it. The Lord knows I've preached 1,000 sermons on it. I've teach seminary classes on it, and I don't even know what it is. But when I'm loved, I know it. And when I'm not loved, I know that too. Well, if you can't define it, how can you do it? I don't know. Except allow yourself to be loved. I said on the video that some of the meanest people I knew were Christians. Some others are pagans. It's the nature of human beings. But something happens when you're loved and you know it. Jesus likes me a lot, more than he likes you. I may have told you, but when I was working on that chapter, I have a friend in Miami. His name is Charlie Morgan. And his mother loved us. After we moved to Orlando, her name was Cora Bell. Some of you will know who I'm talking about. She had an amazing impact on a lot of people. She used to write Anna a note every 2 or 3 weeks just to tell her that she loved her. She was praying for her. And Charlie called while I was working on that chapter, and I said, you know what I'm doing? He said, no. And I said, I'm working on another book. He said, good heavens, you're going to keep doing it till you get it right? And I said, yeah. And I'm working on a chapter on love, and I'm trying to figure out what it was. And I finally decided that I can't define it, but I know it when I see it. And that Jesus likes me a lot, more than he likes you. And Charlie started laughing. Let me tell you a story he told me. His mother had died a couple of years before. And he said at the funeral, a lady came up to me and said, I loved your mother. We were best friends. For years, we prayed together and we loved each other. And we were best friends. And Charlie thought that was a nice thing to say. And 5 minutes later, another woman came up and said the same thing to him. Oh, I'm going to miss your mother. We were best friends. We prayed together and we loved each other. And Charlie said, wow. And within 10 minutes, somebody else came up to him and said the same thing. He said, before the evening was over, a bunch of people had told me that they were the best friend of my mother. And then I thought about kids who fight. I'm mom's favorite. And my brother would say, no, I'm mom's favorite. And a good mom is one that makes kids say, I know I'm his favorite. So over the years, I've gotten nicer. I used to spit on the ground and the grass would wither. Dave O'Dowd said to me one time, restrain your anger, Steve. And I said, Dave, you're looking at more restrained anger right now than you will ever, but I'm old. Part of it's old age, but a part of it's Jesus. Because the more I walk with him, the more I know he likes me better than he likes you. And so, what do? Don't define it so much. Just experience it. And as you experience it, and this is my witness, as you experience it, it begins to take place in your life. And you love people who, like you, are unlovable and uncaring.